Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss with you general pathology. In this video I will try to cover these points: what is cell injury, etiology or causes of cell injury, cellular response to cell injury. Specifically I will explain reversible cell injury in detail. So before going to the main discussion, first we have to know what is pathology. Simply we can say pathology is the study of diseases. Now to understand the cause and development of diseases, first we need to study the abnormalities in structure and function of cells in disease, because most forms of disease begins with cell injury, which is followed by then consequent loss of cellular function. So what is cell injury? Cell injury is the effect of various stresses. Now the stress can be internal or it can be external, means it can be outside the body, from outside the body, or can be from inside the body. Due to etiologic agents. Etiologic agents means the cause factors which are responsible for the cell injury. The etiologic agents which ultimately bring the changes in internal and external environment of the cell. So cells may be broadly injured by two major ways. One is genetic cause and another is acquired cause. Genetic cause, you may gain it by your birth. For example, Down syndrome happen because of trisomy of 21 number chromosome, and there are so many sources of acquired causes like hypoxia, ischemia, physical agents, chemical agents, microbial agents, immunologic agents, malnutrition, aging, psychological problems, iatrogenic factors, and idiopathic disease. So I will explain one by one. Hypoxia is a condition when there is less amount of oxygen supply in your cell, and ischemia is a condition when there is less amount of blood supply in your cell. Now physical agents like mechanical trauma, for example road accident, it can be thermal trauma like burn injury, it can be electric shock or shock by radiation, etc. Then chemical agents, the environmental pollutants are responsible for this, or any kind of poisons like arsenic, mercury, cyanide. Then it can be administration of therapeutic drugs, or it can be narcotic drugs, etc. Then microbial agents, in this case cell can be injured by bacterial infection, viral infection, or infections caused by any other microbes like parasites, rickettsia, protozoa, metazoa. Then immunologic agents, we know our immune system protects us by fighting against foreign materials, but sometimes immune system can be lethal and it may cause cell injury. For example, hypersensitivity reaction, anaphylactic reaction, it is a kind of allergic reaction. Then autoimmune disease. Malnutrition can be defined as overnutrition and undernutrition. Overnutrition, for example, obesity, heart disease, and undernutrition, for example, night blindness due to deficiency of vitamin A or iron deficient anemia. Then aging. As we grow older, our cell lose its capacity of repairing itself, and which is ultimately culminating in individual's death. Then psychological problems like drug addiction, alcoholism, smoking, which can produce some diseases like lung cancer, peptic ulcer, then chronic bronchitis, etc. Iatrogenic causes, in this case, a cell can be injured by improper handling of the patient by the physician. An unwanted effect of drugs, radiation can be seen. Idiopathic diseases are those diseases with unknown cause. Next, cellular responses to cell injury. So cellular responses are nothing but what alterations will be there after a cell is injured. Now cellular responses to stress may vary, and depending on these two factors, type of the injured cell and type of the injury. Depending on these two factors, the cellular responses can be three types: cellular adaptations, reversible cell injury, and irreversible cell injury. Cellular adaptation occurs when there is increased functional demand, and it is expressed as morphologically. For example, growth of uterus during pregnancy, or enlargement of breast during lactating period. So some examples of adaptations are atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, metaplasia, and dysplasia. After the stress is removed, the cell can revert back to its normal size. Then when the stress is mild to moderate, degeneration, subcellular alterations, intracellular accumulations occur. But when the stress is removed, the cell may recover. And so this is called the reversible type of cell injury. But persistent and severe type of stress can cause irreversible cell injury, because in this case cell cannot be cured. Cell death will be there. Some stages of cell death are autolysis, necrosis and apoptosis. So I will describe this topic and these adaptations in upcoming videos. Today I will describe only reversible type of cell injury. So hypoxia and ischemia are the most common type of cell injury. Pathogenesis of hypoxia and ischemia. Pathogenesis means development of any kind of disease. Now, depending on the type of hypoxia and the type of cell which is injured, hypoxic injury or ischemic injury can be reversible or irreversible in nature. When hypoxia and ischemia occurs, cellular oxygen level falls down. For this reason, generation of ATP also decreases. Now, our body can produce ATP by two ways. One is oxidative phosphorylation in mitochondria and another is anaerobic glycolysis. Due to hypoxia, anaerobic glycolysis increases. As a result, amount of lactic acid also increases. So intracellular lactic acidosis occurs, which create the clumping of nuclear chromatin. Now, for this decreased amount of ATP, synthesis of phospholipids decreases. So the repairing of the cell membrane also decreases. For the same reason, sodium-potassium pump fail to work properly. For this reason, sodium ion and water molecule will be accumulated inside the cell. This accumulation of water molecule will create hydropic swelling in the cell. Calcium pump also for the same reason fail to work properly. This results in increased level of mitochondrial calcium ion. This increased calcium ion will activate the phospholipase enzyme and the protease enzyme. This activation, for this activation of this enzyme, the rate of breakdown of phospholipid or any kind of other lipid will be increased, and these issues ultimately damage the cell membrane. Now, continued type of hypoxia will create swelling of the endoplasmic reticulum. So, the ribosome which was attached to the wall of the endoplasmic reticulum will be dispersed. So, for this reason, synthesis of protein also decreases. Now, hypoxia and ischemia can be reversible in nature only when if oxygen and blood is restored inside the body within time. But if the hypoxia stays for prolonged time, it can be converted to irreversible type of cell injury and cell death will be there.